I mean, if you've ever used something like ChatGPT, you know it feels, well, kind of like magic, right? Well, today, we're not just going to peek behind the curtain, we're going to learn how to be the magician.
No, really, stop and think about it for a sec. We're using this stuff every single day. It writes our emails, makes incredible art. It answers questions we didn't even know how to ask. But how? How does it go from a few words you type in to that? What's really going on under the hood?
Yeah, for almost all of us, AI is basically this black box. It's totally opaque. You put something in, you get this amazing stuff out, but everything that happens in the middle, the actual mechanics, it's a complete mystery. And it's easy to think, okay, that's just for the PhDs at the giant tech companies. But what if that's not true anymore? What if that's changing right now? So yeah, that whole black box idea, that's exactly what we're here to talk about. We're going to figure out what it takes to crack that thing wide open and see what's actually ticking inside. And that leads to the big question, right? Forget just peeking. What if you could actually build one yourself? I'm talking getting the blueprints, the tools, a guide that walks you through it step by step, building your own language model from scratch. Sounds a little crazy, I know, but it's way more achievable than you might think. And the reason it's possible is because an amazing guide has been put out there by the open source community. A guide designed for exactly this. And this quote here from the creator Sebastian Raschka just nails the whole point of the project. See, the whole idea isn't to just use some pre-made tool where all the interesting stuff is hidden away. No, this is about getting your hands dirty. It's about writing the code yourself so you truly understand how it all connects. So what are we actually talking about here? It's a project called Build a Large Language Model from Scratch, and it's both a book and a GitHub repository that go hand in hand. It gives you everything, all the code, all the explanations, to build your very own GPT-style model. And you'll be using Python and PyTorch, which, are basically the bread and butter of the machine learning world.
Okay, so how does it work? How does this thing actually get you from knowing nothing to having your own LLM? Well, it lays out the whole adventure on a really clear step-by-step path.
So what you're looking at here is how they take this huge, intimidating task and just break it down into totally manageable pieces. You start at the beginning, right? First, just understanding and processing text. Then you get to the core. You code the attention mechanism. And that's the absolute heart of a modern LLM. It's how it decides which words matter most. After that, you actually build the GPT model itself. You pre-train it on a bunch of raw data so it learns the patterns of language. And then, the final step, you fine-tune it to do something specific. It's a super logical path from A to Z.
All right, so at this point, you're probably thinking, this sounds cool and all, but what do I actually need to do this? What's in the toolkit? Let's cover that.
And here's the big one, right? The question everyone has, don't I need like a supercomputer for this and a PhD? It's a totally fair question. But honestly, tackling that very fear is what this project is all about.
And this is what's so incredible about it. What you really need isn't some specialized hardware or a fancy degree. It's a good foundation in Python. That's it. The whole thing is built to run on a regular laptop. You don't need a special setup. And the code is designed so you won't be waiting for days for it to finish. It's practical. And get this, you are definitely not alone if you decide to jump in. As of right now, over 60,000 people have starred this thing on GitHub. That's 60,000 developers and learners who said, yeah, this is awesome. That's a huge community vouching for it. It's a pretty clear sign that this thing is the real deal when it comes to breaking down the mystery of AI. So, you go on this journey, you follow the steps. What's the real payoff at the end? It's not just about the lines of code you wrote. It's about who you become in the process. And this right here, this is the transformation we're talking about. You start out on the left. AI is this confusing, magical black box. And you end up on the right, someone who actually gets it from the inside out. You understand the core principles. The mystery just vanishes. And in its place is real understanding.
And that's the real prize here. I mean, don't get me wrong, having a working GPT model that you built yourself is super cool. But the real trophy is the knowledge. It's that gut-level, intuitive feel for how these things actually work, how they learn, how they create. Honestly, that kind of literacy is going to be incredibly valuable, now and in the future. So, look, the box has been opened. The blueprints are right there on the table for you. The tools are all within reach. The question isn't how does it work anymore. The new question is, with this knowledge, what are you going to build? What will you create? The black box is open. Now, what's next is up to you.